So remind me again why there's a whole bunch of chickens in the garage?
I think this time it was your fault.
Okay, so I think you might be right. I may have to take the blame on this one. Hey guys, we're Matthew and Ashley Brooks,
And this is Sunday Faith, Weekday Chaos.
where faith meets family and family meets chaos. So, yeah, we have a bunch of chicks in the garage. I think we've had them about a week now.
Yep.
So, I think it was like last fall when I just kind of casually tossed out the idea that we should have meat birds again.
Yeah, because it was going to be that if we were going to do meat birds, that we probably
Should
get
get them ordered.
figured out and get them ordered if we are going to do it, or how many batches we were talking about doing. Because when we did it before, a couple years ago, we did like back to back batches in the spring.
Yeah. So typically, I think we discovered at that time, and of course, this was like 2022, 2023, I think, when we first started looking at those. Things were starting to get back after COVID. I think chicken prices were really high at that time. And like beginning of November was right when you wanted to order because that was when the hatcheries started putting in your pre orders.
And they were going out like hotcakes.
Yeah. So we didn't get quite as on the ball this time, but we definitely got them in time. I think we ordered them about a month and a half ago, so that worked out well. Talk us through how this works in the morning. So we order the chicks online
Correct.
and you pick the hatch date. So like ours was March 31st.
Yeah, on a Tuesday, shipped out Wednesday, and we got them Friday. Which in the past we got them like on
I
like
thought it was like Thursday, but maybe because they shipped on Wednesday this time. I don't know. So it was a little bit different. I'm pretty sure we got them on Thursday before.
but got a phone call that they were at the post office, and me and Cecilia went, picked them up. She was all happy, hearing the chicks just chirping.
Because I think that's her favorite part and getting to hold them on the way home.
Yes.
So it's also super handy when you think ahead and you have your brooder set up at least the night before. And then I think I was just able to run out because
Plug it in.
yeah, I think I got a phone call while you were dropping the baby off at the sitter and let you know. And then I ran out and turned the light on so that it could start warming up. So,
Yeah, we had it all set up the night before, just minus turning the light on because there wasn't no need to have it on all night.
hmm it's kind of fun just to sort of, think of your brooder situations. Last time I think we had a big square box that we used. It was made out of wood.
Oh. Hmm.
Um, and going through that, and we got rid of it. It just wasn't a great setup for us.
No, over time it just
It deteriorated.
yes.
So what's the thing that we have now? Is it a
Old.
water trough?
Yep.
Okay, so we've got a water trough now that we use wood shaving beddings, right?
Correct.
And then it's just a really simple setup with a couple of heat lamps. Right now we don't need both heat lamps all the time, but it's a really cool thing. I think for me, just getting watch Cecilia. Creed's not quite big enough, but she is at this point. She loves to get to hold them and stuff. So that's really neat to see.
She enjoys doing the feed, putting the feed in the feeder, and getting her involved on what's happening or getting the water. I mean, it's a little things working her up, and she's enjoying it.
Yeah. And I mean, it's kind of crazy. I mean, when you think about it, we started with 50 chicks, it sounds like an awful lot. And I know by the time we get through the process, when we get to butcher, because we butcher ourselves, it's a long day of work, but it's super rewarding in the end, right? So, I mean,
You gotta look at the end of the process, not just
yeah, our end product. I mean, to me, that's what got us, right?
yeah.
Because I think at the time that we,
There's
or at the time that we originally started doing meat birds, when we did back in 2023, I think at that time you and I had been doing a lot of research on food sustainability and just the quality that we could produce versus potentially what you can get in the store. And there's nothing wrong with store bought food, but there's something, I don't know, grounding about being able to say,
what went into them.
I know exactly what went into it, the work, the what they ate. So like our birds they're essentially pasture raised, but they after the first 3 weeks in the brooder, they go out into a chicken tractor that we move, and they eat grass, they eat bugs, they eat worms, and those kind of things. Anything that goes into that coop, they eat.
And they still get feed, but at that time it's 12 hours on and 12 hours off. So usually try put it down in the morning and you take it out in the evening.
So I mean, to me, it's just it's a really cool process, and I know we've done a lot of research into looking at different chicken tractor designs, looking at different ways of raising our chickens, and just being able to see what all has gone into the entire process. So something that we do still have to do, and we got to be doing it quick, is getting our chicken tractor done.
Yes.
Because I feel like I'm usually the one that's the big procrastinator. I feel like maybe you're a little less procrastinator, but sometimes we're just not a good combo in that.
I agree with that.
I mean, it'll get done, so why am I going to worry about it to begin with? But it is something that we need to do because those chicks are going to be going out in like another week and a
Week.
half. Week and a half. Oh, so I guess we know what we're doing this weekend.
Yeah, I'm building a chicken tractor.
So, walk me through what our chicken tractor is going to look like again.
It's gonna be 12 by 8, uh, 2 by 4 base. We'll have two wheels on the edge of it this time.
And they're going to be kind of like a lever system, right?
Yes.
The wheels will, so they
Yeah,
can
I
pop
have
down
a
and the back end pops up.
wooden lever. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're using cattle panel.
Correct for the hoop
Yep.
part.
So we're actually going to repurpose some that we normally use for the garden, um, and use it on the chicken tractor just because we have those already. I think we've got the chicken wire that'll go all over it.
Correct. Hardware cloth on the bottom and then chicken wire on top.
Well, the chicken wire will go all over as a base, and then put the hardware cloth on what it's the bottom, like 3 feet, two
Yes.
feet, three
Yeah.
feet, something like that.
Correct.
And then you're gonna build a door, and then we
We'll
still need
put
to get
a
a tarp
tarp on top and
and zip tie the crap out of it to to hook
yes.
the chicken wire to the
A lot of zip ties.
to the.
So probably another trip to Harbor Freight.
I thought I told you to make sure you had the zip ties.
Yeah, well,
You don't.
I don't.
Miscalculation.
Yes.
So we still got to do that.
Story of our lives. You think you're all set up, and one crucial thing is just kind of not there, as you thought you had a whole slew of them.
Yeah, well, it happens.
Part of our chaos.
It's it's typical. It wasn't so bad when we lived like in town or like 5 minutes from town, but now we live like 20 minutes from town at the
Yes.
closest. We're not going to Harbor Freight. Are you kidding me? Harbor Freight's an hour from us anyway, in either direction. So probably be Ace or Menards. But anyway, I digress. Um, so we've got, and then the
And
waters
then
we have in there, what, like 3 gallon? So that usually lasts we fill up twice a day usually. We will probably towards the tail end of the
towards
season.
the end, at the beginning, usually just once.
Yeah.
Um, but to finish off what the tractor look like on the back wall, we usually stick up a piece of tin on the back
Hmm.
to help kind of shade, or they help an extra piece to protect from predators.
Yeah. Well, and that's something that's really great, I think, about where we live. I know, like, we've contemplated all the different places in the country that would be really cool to live. And I think because of predators, I mean, we have to deal with raccoons and there's coyotes around.
Hmm.
And I mean, there's a few bobcats here and there. But knock on wood,
They
we
haven't been an issue. It's been either coons or possums that one year.
yeah. I mean, but
So
we don't have bears. We don't have large predators. We don't have, for the most part, venomous snakes that bother our livestock. So that's really great.
correct.
So, talking about our last batches of chickens. So, Chicken Tractor 1.0, which was just like the square box. That was that was a learning experience all throughout that process, don't you think?
That was, but we didn't do any research.
We
All
did
we
research. We had
very
an
little. We just
idea.
looked up of what a chicken tractor, and it's just this rectangle thing. It's like, oh, we can build that
And we did.
with some 2x4s from the shed, and we. I mean, that one was stuff that we already had out in the barn. I
Hmm.
mean, shed, barn, whatever you want to call it, but
So it was like what? It was a 2 foot tall rectangle situation, like 8 foot long, 6 foot wide, something like that. 4 foot wide. I think it
four
was four
foot.
foot wide. So 4 foot by 8 foot, 2 foot tall. The half of the top flipped up, and that was our lid.
At first, it was all open, just chicken wire.
Yes, we had chicken wire. So, something really important for anyone who's listening, chicken wire is meant to keep chickens in. It is not meant to keep predators out. And we learned that unfortunately the hard way
Correct.
because raccoons can just slip their little hand in, and your chickens sometimes are not smart enough or able enough to get away. And so we put up tin on literally half of it, top and sides, and then hardware cloth around the part that was open. So at least the chickens could go under the tin part, which was really super helpful. And then we didn't have any loss.
After
But
that, it was zero.
but yeah.
And then on Chicken Tractor 2.0, that's where we're like, okay, hardware cloth on the bottom.
Yeah, and we didn't have any predator loss with that one. So I'm
Nope,
hoping we're as fortunate with this one.
correct.
So, I mean, we're not.
Then Chicken Tractor 2.0, after we did chickens, we had some turkeys in it for a little while.
We did raise. We had what? 4 turkeys?
4 or 5.
Yeah.
I think 4, and we lost one. We had 5, lost one, and we butchered 4.
Yeah. That was really kind of
But
it was a cool process because like our chickens, we raise Cornish cross meat birds. We have roosters this time because we discovered those grow just a hair quicker, and so it's like an 8 to 9 week process. I mean, they're only here for 2 months and then we butcher. So it's super quick. It's a great turnaround. And I mean, for us, it works really great. But the turkeys literally take what, 5 months, I think, to mature.
yeah,
I think it was about 5 months. So, I mean, it was really cool because I remember we'd drive up the road, of an afternoon, you'd see the turkeys, they'd be perched in the chicken tractor. I mean, it was really kind of neat. Those were big white turkeys, but those were cool to have, and they weren't like crazy. I mean, they were big birds. And butchering, I remember.
That was a learning experience by itself.
Yeah, we had to use a 5-gallon bucket for the butcher process, but and they barely fit in the scalder. They
Hmm.
did okay in the plucker though,
They did.
surprisingly.
That was our worry, was if they would fit in our plucker.
But I think the one thing throughout the entire process that I have loved with you has been that we have been so, I don't know, I guess on the same wavelength in that we want to raise whatever livestock we have. And I mean, we've done pigs before, not here, but at our old house. We've raised chickens and turkeys. We want to raise them so that they have a great life while they're here, and that so that their sacrifice means something for us, for our family, our friends, whoever gets to enjoy that meat. And I think something that was really cool that you and I did when we were looking at this and thinking about this and doing it a little more intentionally was kind of going to scripture and saying, where exactly do we look at this from the standpoint of what God has given us? Yes, we are always thankful for the things that He has provided for us and allows us to then share with family and friends. But what does the scripture say about this? So I think one thing that both of us kind of looked at and kept coming back to was Proverbs 27, 23, and 24.
Be sure you know the condition of your flocks. Give careful attention to your herds, for riches do not endure forever, and a crown is not secure for all generations.
And I think that's just super true. Just because I think it's been tough with this batch of birds. We thought we had done the extra planning. We When we did this the first time, we had our birds too early. We were ready to put them out mid to late March and it was still too cold and we experienced a lot of loss and we thought, "Oh, we've got this. We won't get them till the 1st of April. It'll be perfect timing." But we ran into other problems, right? So the temperature fluctuation right now here in South Central Illinois, I mean, we've had hot days and we have had cold days. We've had 80 degrees and we've had down to 30s again. And knowing the condition of our flock, we've had loss and we have been paying attention, but it just stinks, right? I mean, I think it eats both of us up when we do experience that loss, right? Going back to just wanting to provide our animals with the best life that we can while we're here, it stinks when you're paying attention to the temperature and the brooder. And then when you have wintertime in the morning and it's like, oh, okay, perfect. And then by late afternoon, it's super hot and now it's gotten too hot and you have loss. Or just in general, anytime something happens.
Correct.
And I think that's the toughest part. I mean, to me, I mean, by the time this process is over, I want to look back and say, we've done everything we could to, again, give them the best life while they're here and butcher as humanely, as quickly as we possibly can, and have a great product go back to be able to sustain our family, our friends, and in general go from there. What do you think, like, long term? What do you think our end goal is with this?
Well,
I don't think it's just providing meat on our table, right?
no. I think long term is our kids. We have two kids, and the couple years ago when we raised meat chickens, Cecilia was with us when we butchered there, and she was asking a lot of questions on you and me, and wanted to help both of us really. And so I think long term, having them involved, showing and hopefully them understanding what what we are doing, and but most importantly that God has given us an opportunity, and not everybody gets this opportunity.
No. And I think that was one other thing that both of us had kind of looked at when we did this initially. I mean, I feel like you go in and out of hard times, whether it's financially or what have you. And I think between having the garden and having that provide, green beans out the wazoo and potatoes and peppers and corn, and then having chickens. I felt like it was, I mean, for me, it's a kind of a control thing because, can be kind of a control freak. I think both of us looked at it as money's not always going to be here, but these are skills that we're learning ourselves to be able to provide. And I think to me, especially in today, I mean, as much as I'm in and out of the school right now with the things that I'm involved in, parenting is not the same. And that's the one thing I've heard consistently from multiple people. It's not the same as it was even 10 years ago. And kids are not being taught the same things at home. And to me, this is something, it's a tangible skill. It's a skill that we can teach our children. And hopefully, one day, if they find themselves in a situation that, for whatever reason, money's not great, or the world is crazy,
The government, yeah,
people in general, just not being able to sustain themselves beyond going to the store and relying upon someone else to provide the things that they need. To me, this is something that I hope that they take, learn from, and hopefully apply, whether they have to or not. But if they have to, I want them to be able to know that they can. And to me, I think that's one of the most important things. So even though things were crazy in the beginning, and they're still kind of crazy, because again, we still have to build a chicken tractor this weekend. I think it's going to be super worth it. I'm excited to see our end product. And I think we have some people who are actually interested in helping us butcher this year. So I think that's super fun because for some crazy weird reason, I love the butchering process, which is I don't bait my own hook when we go fishing and I don't take the fish off. But butchering chickens,
and that really surprised
I
me
know.
from the get go when we first started doing this.
I know.
Because
So,
I skinned deer and done all of that, and
and I just don't.
when we really first started this, I really thought I was gonna be the one either a
Having to
stuck
do all of it.
the whole butchering process, or B, being stuck just doing the gutting part of it. And honestly, I'm glad that you are.
I know, me too. So it's bigger than chickens. I'm excited to see how this goes. I'm hoping that our new friends on here will stop back in probably in a few weeks when we give some updates here and there to see how the chicks are doing. They'll be chickens by probably another couple of weeks. And hopefully we have our chicken tractor done. Otherwise, we're going to be in big trouble. But
Yeah.
I know we have lots more fun things to come.
Thank you for joining us, and hopefully you catch another episode of Sunday Faith, Weekday Chaos.